Yo, what up? It is your boy tGrass here. I'm waving so this porch light doesn't go off. You are right at the stairs of my apartment. That's right, everybody. We are here shooting locomotives out here at night. Welcome to the recap episode. So what are we going to do? We're going to talk about locomotives so far. We are, as of recording this, tomorrow will be 18 episodes of locomotives, which is crazy. I don't think I've uploaded 18 episodes of anything. I can barely watch 18 episodes of anything. So that's really awesome. I really hope you guys have been enjoying the content because it's been very fun for me to do. It's kind of become a real project for me. I kind of initially did it because I wanted to get VOD review, and I think this would help me do VOD review. But it's kind of been working out really well, and I'm very, very happy about that. The growth on the channel's been pretty good. I mean, I don't think that many people really watch Marvel 3 anymore, but I mean, I think we're doing a really good job. We have goals set for the years. Listen, John Cena, one of my idols, says, control what you can control. I can't control viewership, sort of. And I can't control subscriber count. So those are things that I'm not necessarily worried about. What I am worried about, not worried, but what I do want to talk about is how we've been doing. 18 episodes, a litany of placings. Let me figure that out, one sec. Okay, I'm missing one, but this year so far, we have 2 7th places, 6 5th places, 1 4th place, 2 3rd places, 4 2nd places, and 2 wins. Now, I know I've talked about this on the channel before, but up until this year of my life, I have never placed top 3 at an event. So, I'd say that's pretty good. We have a little bit more 5th and 7th than I'd like, but 2 wins, which I cannot be more thankful for. And for a little bit, I was the 2nd place master. So I will, take that for sure. I'm pretty happy with it. I call this the mid-season recap because let's talk about the end of this year, I guess. We're 6 months into the year. This is going up right at the end of May, right after Combo Breaker. If you went to Combo Breaker, I hope you did well. If you did well, let me know in the comments. Or if you didn't do well. But what I wanted to say is that this initially was supposed to be the road to ECT, because ECT last year was my second major for Marvel 3. The first major I went to was Combo Breaker. I don't even remember what placing I got, but I know that I didn't do well, but I was pretty new to the game. I think I had only been playing it for about 3 months at that point. I think I went like 1-2, 2-2, something like that. And then the second event I went to, after really getting ingrained into the community, was East Coast Throwdown. And ECT was awesome. I met so many homies that I'd played Parsec with, had ran into events with, just people you chatted with in VC. It was just really cool to really become a part of the community. And at that tournament, I got 9th. And I would say I have my best bracket win at that event, which is on my boy Scam Likely. Scam, if you're watching this, you smoke me right now, so it's not even close right now. You destroy me. I'm so bad versus 0. But it was a really great event, and what I really wanted to start Locomotives for was as a progress tracker for ECT, because I wanted to go to ECT as a season/series finale and do this for 1 year. Because I've talked about this also before, I am turning 27 in July. I'm getting old. I'm getting married next year. I got a lot of things going on in my life that are going on, and I've been wanting to do YouTube for a real long time. And am I doing it successfully? It depends how you measure success, but it's not like I'm PewDiePie or Mr. Beast or something like that. But I feel growth. I feel, for the first time in a very long time, I feel like a creator. So I'm just excited, happy, and I don't know how much longer I can do this. Not saying that this is going away, but I would like to keep up with it. But I'm going to say this and someone in the comments is going to flame me for it, but I'm getting old, dude. I'm getting old. I've been in the scene for 10 years. 10 years. It's a long time. It really is. And I just wanted to... I want to keep going. I've never been this good or felt this good about a game in the scene in my whole life. So it's weird at 26 to 27 being the best I've ever been at a fighting game. And it's very weird because all the time I say this, that like, man, if I had this skill like 4 years ago, I'd be so excited. I'd be so excited because I had so much less responsibility and the world was so different, even though, wait, that was COVID. Still, I wish, but you can't control anything like that. You can just be thankful for the things you have in your life. So I am thankful to have any of the skill that I do have, and I'm thankful for this community. Some quick shout outs. I really want to shout out B-Man. I would have never got this far without him. He knows I love him, and I hope he loves me. I think he does after the whole Nova helmet thing. He is like a brother to me, and I have a brother, and I love him too, but he has been someone that I feel like I've really been looking for within the scene, because at my local, I'm considered one of the old guys who comes around like regularly, at least. I am older than most people at my local, and I'm there a lot, and I am just trying to set a good example, not even in the community but in life, for all these guys who come to my local, and I treat all of them like family, because that's what they are to me. They are family. If you see me keep waving my arm, it's because I don't want the light to turn off. I do treat them like family. I love them, you know. Shout out the 4 big guys, shout out the gully. Shout out everybody there. I'm just thankful, and I want to just be a positive influence on all these people and hopefully do well for them. You know, I've always been a person that said I never really had one skill, but I feel like as I get older, I've come to realize that I was put on this earth to benefit others, and I don't mean that in a sad or bad way. I just mean that as like I don't know. I'm hoping to guide people to become the best people they can be, whether that is in the FGC or people in my day-to-day life. I want them to be the best person they can be, because I believe in people. I really do. Maybe I believe too much, but I do believe in people. Circling back, you know, we put the hit list out at the beginning of the year. The only names we have crossed off of said hit list have been Nikki Video Games, who I now have 2 wins over, and Well Dressed Gem, who I think I have 3 wins over. Coink Dungler has still escaped me a few sets, which is unfortunate. I haven't gotten that close with B-Man in a while, but I feel that I can do good very soon. I just need to make adjustments there. Neos, dude, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if I'm just running into things, but that dude smokes me every time. And, you know, I still haven't beaten Mac. As you can see from last week, I got murdered last time. I completely forgot how to fight Thor in that team. So we got to reevaluate there. By the next time we do one of these, which will probably be after ECT, that there are more names crossed off this list, and that there are even newer names on there that I would love to get a chance to play and or beat, because there are a lot of fantastic people still playing this game, and I would love to get the chance to even beat them. Lastly, before I go, because I don't want to make this too long, we have a little bit of a Q&A section. Woo! I feel weird kind of doing this kind of stuff, but I asked on Twitter and people gave me some answers, so I'm going to do that. Ghost from 3S, shout out Ghost, says, can you retell the moment that made you pick Nova as your UMBC3 main? Who was your main before Nova? Truthfully, when I really wanted to play Marvel for a long time, and I never had a point character. It was my struggle in Dragon Ball as well, is that I was always bad at picking point characters. So I told my friend Dean, I was like, I want to play Marvel, I don't know who to play point, and I picked Doom Virgil already. And he was like, yo, you're a white boy, just play Nova, that's the white boy character. And I went, okay. So I started playing with Nova Doom Virgil, and then started really watching VODs, and I was like, this Spencer character is kind of cheap. And I switched to Spencer, and it's been Nova Spencer Doom since then. And it also makes sense because Coach Steve is my favorite fighting game player of all time. Shout out, Coach. He's a goat, and I wish we had more people like him in the scene. Seriously, just an all-around awesome person. PA Sword asks, shout out ROR, by the way, is Nova your endgame, or do you plan on expanding to other characters? Another Nova question. Honestly, right now in my life, in my career, I really like this team. I have had some doubts in the past, but I think this team fits me very well and the things I like to do in fighting games, so I want to keep with it. Yeah, I don't see any plans. You'll never see me on Zero Morrigan. Never, ever. If you see me on Zero Morrigan, aliens ate my brain. Straight up. Bartender FGC asks, can I get a general chicken with rice? And then he also adds, can I get an egg roll with it? That'd be $12.85. B-Man asks, shout out B-Man, by the way. B-Man asks, what has been the most fulfilling part of your series, and what were the hardest parts on learning the game? Wow, that's a really good question. Most fulfilling thing of the series so far, probably winning my first local. To have that recorded after being such a mediocre at best player for 10 years, to finally win a local was something I really never thought I would do. I never thought going into the series that I would ever do that, and it was truly a shock. It still shocks me now that I've won one, honestly. He also asked the second half of the question, what were the hardest parts about learning the game? Dude, the mental battle. Marvel is a brutal game. It's a brutal, brutal, brutal game. It is something that will not go easy on you, and nobody's going easy. There is no mercy in this dojo.
There's no mercy in this dojo!
Yo, why don't you take it down a notch?
No mercy!
And the mental battle of getting smoked, especially when you're first learning, is really hard to get over. And I know from friends who are still just picking up the game that it is hard to get cooked. It's hard, man. It eats at your brain. But you have to have that tenacity to stick to it and kind of just grind it out, because if you stick to it, I feel like there's really reward in the end. And I still struggle with the mental battle, and I'm hoping I'm coming out on the other side, because I really do love the game and the community. But man, it is hard. It is really, really hard. My Game Dragon asks, real talk, how does Shuma function, and can I be as good as Gutty with it? I have no idea. I do not know how to play the squid. I have never looked into playing the squid. My best advice would to be ask Gutty for advice, or Angelic. They seem like really cool people. Well, Gutty definitely is, but I don't know, Angelic seem like really cool people that are willing to help people out if they want to learn that character. So I would hit them up. Don't be afraid. A lot of people in the community are super, super nice and will always help with tech and such. Mundank asks, by the way, huge fan. Mundank asks, what's been your favorite part about starting the series? Do you have any longer term goals for yourself plus the local? Man, that's a really good question. Thank you. Favorite part about starting the series has been being accountable. I didn't think going into this that I would do it for so long, even though it's only been 18 episodes, and I've missed a few weeks here and there because of trips and stuff, and I didn't know what to do as far as missing videos. But honestly, just being accountable, holding myself to it, and even though having the shame of recording in public, still getting it done, because man, is it awkward to film in public, especially the intro and outro. I always feel like people are staring at me. But as far as in the game, I'm proud of my growth. I'm really, really proud of my growth. It's, again, something I really didn't think I would get to. I have so many people behind me, so many people in the scene. B-Man tells me all the time that there are people in Discords and chats and stuff like that know who I am, that maybe watch the videos or have seen the videos before. And it feels like there's like a large part of the community that's kind of on my back in a good way about it. I'm very thankful for that, and I really want to keep going because I feel like I owe it not only to myself but to them to keep going. And second part of the question, do you have any long-term goals for yourself and the local? Honestly, if I had a really long-term goal, and to me this still sounds crazy, I would love to take home a medal for this game before I stop playing it. I feel like that is the ultimate goal. I won't be traveling this year because of how much life stuff I have going on outside of ECT. But I really do want to take home a medal once in my fighting game career. I have a lot of friends who have medals in a lot of different games who are really fantastic players. So I just want to be 1% good and get one medal so that when I hang it up one day in the future, I could say I kind of hung with the best at least once. And as far as things for the local, I just want to continue to grow our scene. For a while, we had like 8-10 man brackets for Marvel, and that was awesome. And now every week, we're hitting almost 20. We have people coming from Jersey, from Connecticut, Rhode Island to come play Marvel with the Long Island scene. It's so crazy. Like, you know, I'm not going to thank myself for that, but a lot of it comes back to B-Man. Like, he's just like been such a big advocate for us and for everyone getting into the game. He sits down with everybody and teaches them and helps everybody, and has been so inviting to players. Like, if we're going to do something over here, like Beckno Bev, like, come crash at my place, you know, well, if you guys can come out, like, come out, we have a good time, we have a good scene, there's a lot of great players, a lot of good games you can have, there's a ton of setups. So I just want to keep growing the scene, and for all the existing players to just get better and to stick with the game, and I want to be able to be there to help them out with that kind of thing. There's a big ass dragonfly over there. Okay, last question from Bacon. Bacon always hitting with this philosophy kind of questions. He said, I got some for your brain here. How do you assess your opponent's threat level? I kind of cheat. I feel like if it's in a bracket setting, if I can watch a round before, I can get an idea of what they're doing. I like to play matchups more than players, because Marvel 3 is a game where you can die for just your character being limited. And I play a pretty strong team, if you ask me. And I just really want to play the matchups more than anything. I look at characters, I try and develop a game plan as I'm loading in. I try and take a deep breath and just say, like, okay, I'll know in the first few minutes by the way the neutrals played how far this player is along their journey. Because, you know, as Marvel's a killing game, don't get me wrong, but it has a lot of heavy neutral, because if you lose neutral, you can lose the whole game off of one interaction, and that is really scary. And then, you know, obviously I feel like people who play like lower tier teams or like more of a gimmick team, you can kind of spot them out early just by, you know, being a character select. And I feel like people kind of look at the team I play kind of similarly. They look at my team and they're like, oh, this guy is either like pretty good at the game or bad because he plays Nova, and maybe he's not good with Spencer and he'll probably just rip foot dives with Doom. But I feel like I play the team pretty like cohesively and at a decent level. So I think that it's important to understand at character select what your game plan is before you get into the game. Obviously you have to make adjustments on the fly, but it's hard to gauge going in, but you have to have game plans. You can't just wing it. It's not a game where you can wing it. So I think that's gonna be it as far as the video. I know this was a very different one, and I don't expect a lot of viewership on this one. I will say, if you enjoyed the content, you know, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time seeing locomotives, come check out any of the episodes. Come check out the Long Island scene. Remember, if we get to 1,500 subs, I will go to the local with this Nova helmet on. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching the mid-season recap. I'm hoping that everybody's enjoying the series, and I will see you guys back at the local. Peace.